because I know people's feelings are gonna get hurt and people gonna catch it straight. Not I. We gonna dodge it, okay? Y'all. You know what? Sit down. Clink, clink. We have to talk. We need to talk. Camera has 10 pounds. Why didn't anybody tell me that? Like, I just wish I had this advice when I was younger, and I wish that this was instilled in me. I would have saved myself a lot of heartache and a lot of, oh child. Grab some wine, grab some tea, whatever it is. I'm on a detox right now, so we're having some mi tienda kombucha, okay? But you're gonna need to sit down because I feel like this is gonna piss some people off, but it's the truth. So pull it up. The thing that I wish someone had told me when I was younger is that broke men are mean. Yes. Yes. I'm saying it, y'all. There is no prize, there is no trophy for being with a man who is broke and thinking you holding him down and it's gonna be okay and it's no. It's a lie. It's a myth. And I'm gonna tell you why. We're gonna break it down, okay? This only applies truly. I shouldn't say this only applies if you're a woman who's ambitious and wants more, because I think, you know what? If two people have the same goals, then it could work in that department. So maybe this video is not even for you, actually. Maybe it's not. Maybe you don't even want to hear anything else I have to say. But if you are a woman who has ambition and wants more for herself and is trying to build a life that is wealthy, like, you can't be with a man who is broke. And I used to think it like, oh, it's okay. Potential patty. Let me not get crazy in this video. Let me be demure. Seriously though, I've noticed that there's a commonality between men who don't have money and how unhappy they are because they don't have it. Don't get me wrong. Women also can be unhappy without money, but there's something innate in a man when he can't provide. He's got this thing inside of him. And if you're a woman who does provide and is doing your thing and is ambitious, sometimes what happens is he starts to like resent you because you have these characteristics or these qualities that he doesn't. And as much as those are the same reasons he fell for you and he loves you, it's the same reason he also low-key becomes your hater. Your hater. Yeah. This is why I'm saying that broke men are mean. Another thing, they'll tell you no all the time because they can't afford anything. And when you can go somewhere because you can afford it, guess what's going to happen? More resentment. There was a post that talked about a man without peace is going to take yours. A man without money is going to take yours. A man without confidence is going to take yours. The list goes on. And I was like, if somebody gave me that advice when I was younger, I literally would have looked at the world so differently. I would have looked at men so differently. And this isn't about being like, oh, I'm better than you and I'm not that. It's about the fact that you're just not equally yoked. You're just not compatible. And because we see potential as women, we think that like, oh, I can help you. I can help you. I'm sure some of you can relate because that's how I operated. It was always going into relationships thinking about like how I can help that person. Like, oh, I can help you do this. I can help you do that. Oh, it's okay. He doesn't read. You know what? I could get you into reading. Yeah, it's cool. Cause you know what? I'm always thinking about the fact that there are things about myself that haven't always been a certain way. I didn't always enjoy literature like that. You know what I mean? In school, I always enjoyed existential concepts like philosophy and those kind of things. But when I was younger, the idea of like reading was a chore, right? You know, you grow up in a Caribbean house, so it's like you pick up a book for a morning. So it's more about like duty. It's not, oh, I want to sit down in a corner and read a book, which is what became a thing for me later on in life. And so because I think about how I've changed, I keep thinking that a man could change. I'm not saying it's impossible for a man to change, but he needs to do it for himself. He needs to want to do it for himself. So my new philosophy is like, instead of trying to get him to read, why don't you just get with a man that reads? You know what I mean? It's a lot easier that way. It seems like common sense and it's very simple. Like, oh, if you like a guy that reads, just be with one that reads. Yes, it seems simple, but the problem is, right? The girls who think that they're not dating for money feel like they're not superficial, right? Because we're not shallow. We're not gold diggers. You know what I mean? That was me. I'm not shallow. I'm not a gold digger. Like, I don't care about a man's money like that. I'm gonna get myself rich one day. But guess what? You're just as superficial, sis. I'm sorry to break it to you, but being with that man because he's fine is superficial. Being with that man because he's body, and is still superficial. Okay? And guess what else? He doesn't actually get to choose the way that he looks like, the foundation. Obviously, we can choose the way we look in terms of taking care of bodies and, how we kind of dress and stuff like that. But you know what I'm talking about, the foundational genetics, right? A man doesn't really get to choose those foundational genetics, but he does get to choose if he wants to be a wealthy man. And so now that actually is a reflection of his character more than the fact that he's fine and got a body, yada, yada. Because I used to fall for the idea that a man in the gym meant, he's going to have discipline. And but again, because I'm thinking about what the gym did for me, the gym changed my life. And, I feel like it helped me be more disciplined and do all these things. So man, if I meet a man in the gym as well, then, that's the vibe. Like he going to be disciplined. He going to go get it. Like, cause that's what the gym does to you. Maybe not everybody. Some people only know how to apply that thing to that thing. And that's something I've realized is that doesn't mean he knows how to do that in other areas of life with like business or damn near anything. Because I'm also going to say this. I noticed this about men who play basketball. Like, oh, people going to be upset. I don't care. I feel like they're lazy. When men who play football are like out the mud, like they have a different energy. Like they come with this like, all right, ah. The men who play basketball have this like laissez-faire, oh, my camera about to die, have this more laissez-faire vibe and energy. And the men who play soccer, I find, definitely have a little more of a gentleman energy. I'm not saying any of these men are all of these things in any of these sports, and it's a guarantee, but I've noticed a bit of a pattern. But the point is, even if he's ambitious in sports, does not mean that that always translates into the rest of his life. So I wish somebody had told me these two things, okay? You are superficial if you want a man for the way that he looks, and you are superficial if you want a man for his money. Either way, right? You will just have to choose your standards and think about the actual life that you want. But if you grew up like me, where it was like very, very drilled into you to be very independent, and a man giving you money or doing those things is a terrible thing and it's going to come at a cost, it literally pushes you away from the idea of even being provided for, because you're so afraid of taking anything from a man because you think that it's going to be, come at such a great cost, that you actually become the woman who's just like, oh, I can help you. I can build you up. I can help you. Let me build. It's dangerous. It's really, really dangerous. Let that man figure it out on his own. Sometimes those people that you meet that maybe you could help, it can just be in a friendship capacity, and leave it at that. Hey, maybe he didn't read, and then when you guys started dating, he started reading. Awesome. But it doesn't mean that's your man. It doesn't mean that's your person. It just means that maybe you were there to sow a seed and cross paths. But what happens is in those situations, sometimes when somebody is not already somewhat potential, you are going to continue to nitpick in all these other different areas trying to build a knuckle. I'm tired. Will I post this video? Will it make it out? Because these are some thoughts that just be in my head that I obviously talk about amongst my girlfriends, but I don't always say these things publicly because I know people's feelings are going to get hurt and people going to catch it straight. Not I. We going to dodge it, okay? But no, seriously, I'm going to tell my daughter from the jump, wealth is not a thing that just happens, okay? It is something very intentional, and there's an energy and a frequency that is attached to that, and it is very okay to want a man who has that frequency and energy, where he is already potential. I'm not saying he needs to already be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, but deep down inside the characteristics that are actually going to lead to that. The habits that he has and the way he actually goes about life on a granular level, you actually are going to, But we stay thinking we could build a nigga. Oh, it feels like common sense now. It really feels like common sense now. But it was a lesson I had to learn. Um, and I'm not the only one. Like, I know there are a lot of other women who were more focused on just not wanting to be seen as superficial in life and who are like down to earth, who have just really sold themselves short in experiencing life in an abundant way when it comes to men because you are terrified of the idea of what an actual provider looks like. And it's like you think that one, either you don't deserve it or you just feel like it's going to come with this crazy cost and that a man with money is going to be controlling and that's it. Like they all do the same thing at the end of the day. So it's just like, what experience do you want? Because if he's going to be a dickhead, he could be a dickhead with money or he could be a broke dickhead. And the broke dickhead is going to take your money and run you dry. So think about it. A man at any level can cheat. Is he going to cheat and still be able to give you, sustainability? And did you gain something from the relationship? Or did he cheat and then drain your funds? I wish somebody said this. It would have put things in such good perspective for me growing up. Like, this is not superficial at all. This is security. This is frequency. If I'm trying to get here, I need to be with people who are already there. Like, I truly believe that like a woman can't take a man to where she's at. Like he gonna bring you to wherever he's at. And if he's down here, he gonna bring you down here. You could be like, oh, come on, come on. But all that time and energy that you're wasting and trying to convince him to be something that he's not is literally time and energy you could be pouring into yourself. Or that you could be helping somebody who's already motivated in those areas, who's already doing those things. Now you can truly be a helpmeet, not a builder nigga, not Bob the Builder. There's a huge difference between being a helpmeet and Bob the Builder. And I didn't realize the difference. It took a whole experiences to understand the difference. This is actually fire. Okay, y'all. Let me not take up too much of your time. I just need to get this off my chest. Off my chest. Because maybe, just maybe, I could save someone the heartache that I went through. It seems like common sense to me now, but it was not always common sense. And I've seen a lot of women going through the same situation because we think, oh, I just like him and it's genuine. Girl, you know what it is? You're just attracted to him because he's fine, or you're attracted to him because he's avoidant and you have abandonment issues. Like there's so many other things that make you attracted to somebody that I've realized now that you're over here fooling yourself thinking that you're being non-superficial and down to earth because you're just basing it off of this attraction, right? That's happening and not based off of like, okay, well, what does he do? What has he built? What is his vision? And not just his vision, but what are his action plans to that vision? These are not superficial things. Like this whole like flowing in the wind feeling of just letting it be based off of attraction. I just think it's dangerous for women who are ambitious and want things in life. It does work for some people. And, take my advice like a grain of salt or whatever. But I wish somebody told me this because it would have made me look at things very differently. We're going to make a pact right now. No more brokies. No more meanies because they're mean. Okay, that weird, like, I don't know why he in a mood. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's like, I told him about this at work and I got this promotion and I told him about this idea and he just like wasn't that excited. He's a hater. You're sleeping with a hater and you don't know it. But I'm here to tell you because I needed someone to tell me. Okay. Cheers to men with resources. We love them. We attract them. We're going to choose amongst them. All right, let's go. If this is you, if this video was meant for you today, then I pray to God that this opens your eyes, shifts your perspective to something new. And maybe, just maybe, you're going to get that man a chance who's been putting that pressure on you. There's nothing wrong with receiving. Okay? Okay. I love you. Bye.